Chris Mack, Vidge, OST. Shouts to everybody in the studio tonight. Get real lifted. Elbows lift up, deuce poured in big huts. Put your hands straight to the sky, it's a stick up.
My name is Chris Mack, and I am a recording artist, and I also do audio engineering and videography. And I also co-own a clothing line here in Syracuse, New York. And I'm currently working on branding that and getting out globally right now is what we're working on. I went to OCC, which is a Syracuse college, which is close to Syracuse University, and a lot of my friends went to Syracuse, so I've spent a lot of time up there. Through friends that were musicians, they introduced me to the kids that were in Newhouse for Syracuse University, and I met this kid through another rapper. His name was Indo, and he introduced me to his friend David Stoller, who was in the Newhouse program. So for me at my age, it's very expensive to pay for recording time, especially if you are funding it on your own. And so me and him developed a relationship, and he recorded my second project that I released to the public. And we did that in the studio. So basically we had to go to that studio when no one else booked it out because we weren't paying for it. So we'd have to go at like midnight or 2 a.m. We'd have to be up there really late, and we'd work from like midnight till 4 or 2 to 6, whatever we could do. And that's how I turned out my second project. And after that, I started doing live shows. I did a lot of like house party shows I started with up in Syracuse, where like the basements are crowded and everyone's doing keg stands, which were like some of the best times.
Probably can't hear me. Take a look, just take a look.
After I finished OCC, I wasn't sure if I was gonna continue my career or not. I really didn't know. So then I ended up I tried to get into the Syracuse music program. I didn't get in, and so the next best option I had was Finger Lakes Community College, which was a few years ago. I went to Finger Lakes for music production, and I had never learned anything about music. I never learned structure. I just knew how to rap. That's the first thing that I taught myself, and even then, it took a long time to even be halfway decent at it.
I remember back when that was in the past tense. I would chill with mad friends, chasing thrills, laughing.
And so then I went to Finger Lakes to actually learn audio engineering, and it taught me Music 101, and that's where I started to learn the fundamentals of music, which I never even understood. So once I learned that, and I took some singing lessons, stuff like that, I began to make even better music. So basically what happened at that point was I'm in school, and this is in 2016 when Syracuse is in the Final Four against whoever they were playing. And so I had friends that were in college at that time, and they were friends with the basketball players. Like, wow, I should just make them their own song since they're already going in the Final Four. So it was literally, they got in the Final Four, and then the next day I'm in the studio, I write the song, record it, push everything out the next day, because you have to catch the wave while it's rolling, you know.
We ballin' on them. We ballin' on them. We ballin' on them. We ballin' on them. I said the Cuse is in the house. Oh my God. Oh my God. I said the Cuse is in the house. Oh my God.
And so I get it out there. I remember I sent it to a bunch of like people in newspapers and stuff like that. I sent it to everyone. I was like, hey, if you can help me out, put this out there. I sent it at 7 in the morning, and then I was still at school. When I got out at 2 p.m., it was already like, it was already out there in the news. And like, you know how, I don't know how, if you guys are from Syracuse or not, but like everyone worships Syracuse basketball. Like it's like the holy grail of this town. So it's like once you associate yourself with that, and they keep moving along and they're getting buzz, like I'm getting attention with it. I went home and I built a home studio in my house with my friends. They're contractors. Some of them are contractors. And so they helped me out, and the other people that are in Go For Broke, that started Go For Broke, which are a few musicians and artists, we all donated all the studio equipment. The most proud thing for me is when I hear the records, because I remember what the records sounded like when I was 18, 19, which is 10 years ago. I remember what the record sounded like, and it was like, and I listen to it now because your ears develop, everything develops as you do this, and you listen to the past and you're like, wow, this is really bad. Like, this is not very good at all. But then I listen to music now, just like you heard in the studio, the guy singing, like I helped develop that artist. So when I hear him sing those songs and I listen to the level that our music's at, it's like, that's all that I've ever done it for. Really, what it comes down to is just like the pure aesthetic of sound. Like you hear beautiful sounds in the background, you hear good melodies, and it's like, wow, this is a well pieced together piece of art. You know, that's really that's art at its purest form. You know.